This map plots all of the crashes across Wisconsin this year that involved a pedestrian. There have been 464 reported. 29 of them have been fatal. It's the reason Green Bay Police resumed an annual campaign today, all about educating the community about crosswalk laws and safety. Kristen Allen explains Operation Frogger in today's First Alert update.
It's called Operation Frogger, and it's a partnership between local police departments and the community organization Wello. It's happening at various times and locations throughout the county throughout today. And what police are doing is they send other officers into the road on pedestrian crosswalks to see if cars are stopping when they are supposed to. If a pedestrian has a foot in the crosswalk, you must yield. Otherwise, you could face a fine. The goal is to raise awareness and education beyond just today.
Over time, what I think we're hoping to see is a reduced number of complaints coming in from the public, and then also seeing greater compliance when we do things. When we come out to something like this, we're not looking at it as a moneymaker and how many tickets can we write. We're looking to actually get education and get compliance from people.
And the fine for not yielding to a pedestrian is $155.50. There's going to be several other Frogger events happening throughout the summer as well. Reporting in Green Bay, Kristen Allen, Action 2 News.